So we're in the middle, I think, of at least paradigm shift, coming to soon a paradigm revolution. I think it's going to happen really in the next 10 years.
And as you were discussing, this podcast and other writings that, myself, you, and all of us do, those are points of contact for the brains of those parties that may be initially resistant to an idea such as this about consciousness being all that there is. As a result of that consciousness being the only real game in the universe, those points of contact, to your point regarding your book, Your Brain is a River, Not a Rock, each of those points of contact causes those initially created connections within the brain to become a bit stronger
Yep.
because the person has an opportunity to reflect on the previous sets of information to which they've been exposed. It then begins to root itself deeply within their awareness. And then they begin to seek out opportunities to have such an experience, to quicken, if you will, that which is resident and always has been within them, which is a beautiful way to think of it because, you can look at it as an individual as you're doing these various things. And you're like, am I having an effect? Am I having an effect? And then, of course, when, as in the case of our teaching here in Cambridge, when someone comes through to learn that was initially reluctant to learn TM, but because of a health condition, be that physically or emotionally, they then choose to proceed and learn, there's a fundamental shift that occurs within them. And it occurs because they have heard about it, but they're now have, in this case, the technique of TM, the ability to experience it for themselves. And that becomes, I love what Maharshi would often refer to it as total knowledge. You have that intellectual understanding, but you also have this practical experience. You wed the two, and you then have that total knowledge experience. And I think you're absolutely right that as we continue to do this work, you, me, and a host of others, where these seeds have been planted, that it's going to bring about something that's fundamentally, radically different than what we have at present.